no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country got running your city.
We come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight, we kick off Week 3 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They run it again with Chubb. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. On 1st and 10, Watson. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
The Browns are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson on the move to his left. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
This will be caught at about the 6. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
They're the freshest guys. Coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. To throw is Watson. Steps away. Toward the pylon. Caught. Touchdown, Browns.
Chris Godwin.
His first touchdown of the new season.
Now Cade York for the extra point.
It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here's the leading rusher amongst rookies last season, Najee Harris.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Mayfield.
They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
What an important game here for Baker Mayfield. I mean, the breakup between these two sides was a tough one. Baker drafted #1 overall back in 2018. 4 years as the Browns QB. Led them to their first playoff victory since New Year's Day of 1995. We talk about a drought. That's about 3 months before he was even born. But the Browns, they decide to go a different direction in the offseason. And now he gets a chance here against his former mates.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down.
That swung out wide to Harris.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Browns, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you can actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that would be the last shot that they take in this game.
4th down. Here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Faking the give. Now Watson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
How about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a 1st. Out of the gun, Watson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Devin Bush driving in and picking up the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Winless to start the year at 0-2, and now they get the Thursday night game here in Week 3. So I don't know, does the fact that they're back out so quickly, Charles, help or hurt their cause?
Oh, I say unequivocally help, because you always want the Thursday game earlier in the schedule rather than later, just because the grind of the season hasn't really set in yet. But also, if they can get a win here, they get a mini open week, recharge a little bit, and carry some fresh momentum into the rest of the season.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. Pass incomplete.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Mayfield looks to throw. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that cause you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
Now a first down carry for Harris.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Mayfield off the play fake. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
Last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want, because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Here comes Grant on the return. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
So 20-0 now pending the extra point, and this place is jumping.
Yeah, you can feel it, can't you? You can also see it. You're seeing people in the stands now, excited, happy, high-fiving each other, and expecting this score to continue to mount.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On 2nd and 10, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, crooked to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Wait a second, they declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
On 1st down, Watson.
And he'll get this one to Cooper complete.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They go up the middle with Chubb. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And again, it's Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Browns continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, you know, and put it into the...
And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off. They're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach... always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 52 yards on the ground for him now and 9 carries. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among...
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Mayfield on first down. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 33. Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, Might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Play fake. Mayfield. He'll let it fly for Austin. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that. Well, that would have been a big play. But he could not pull it in. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Returnable for Grant. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Browns drive about to get started. They begin this drive with Chubb. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They give to Chubb out of the gun.
And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now it's Watson. Open man has got one. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. And Chubb will try the middle here. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 42-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Watson.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Throwing on third down, Watson dancing to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Devin Bush able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. On the return is Jones. $54 yards on the punt, 12 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
From the 30 on second down, Mayfield, throw left side complete. That's Harris. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Well, Brandon, we can see that point developing. They were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Greg Newsom. And the Browns are going to get it back here just past the 35. The Cleveland offense ready to go. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he just throws this one away. That was a bit strange, and here comes the flag.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Here's Watson. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Watson. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. 79 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you. I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Chubb running right. And he's got it down to the 28.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A give. This is Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Browns are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And it is 42-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. So no gain on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield being chased out left. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Now this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Mayfield with it once more. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Let's go ahead and put check marks by our partner. No points. Down by 4 touchdowns. Haven't had anything going today on offense. Why not add a late sack to the mix? Obviously a day to forget for all involved. Let's give plenty of credit to this defensive effort. They've been excellent from start to finish.
The offense on third down tonight, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. The Steelers send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. That's taken on the 25. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started.
We paid this offense plenty of compliments already, but, I mean, they are deserving as they start another series. To be leading by this much with so much time left to play in the 4th, Charles, it's really been impressive to watch.
It has been, and you have to think to yourself, the preparation that went into this, but the absolute focus that they kept throughout in order to have this kind of a result. This is Super Bowl-esque, and they've got to feel awfully good about what they put out there today.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
130 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And he's got this down to the 35. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down.
You want to talk about the proverbial deer in the headlights. That's exactly what he was when he got the ball. Went to hit a lane and get upfield, and all he saw, extra defenders bearing down on him. Perfect time to dial up the blitz. An excellent call.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
York able to send this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, where was that all game? Or maybe just kind of keeping it to himself and saying, okay, it's something to build on, and a positive comes out of a bad game because those are going to happen from time to time. We'll see how he gets his team ready to go in the future. But that run right there, that's what they were looking for.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, Mayfield. Flushed out right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you can hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you force turnovers.